this is India Decides and I'm Maria Shakil. The Prime Minister today, during a rally in Uttarakhand and Rajasthan, came out all guns blazing against Rahul Gandhi. Prime Minister Modi, while referring to Rahul Gandhi as prince of the opposition party's royal family, went on to remind the voters of Rahul's statement at the India bloc rally in Ram Lila Maidan on Sunday. Prime Minister said, and I quote him, "They ruled the country for 60 years, but after just 10 years out of power, they are talking about setting the country on fire." Questioning if this is a language of democracy, he asked the people if they would, quote unquote, punish such people. It will be seen as bad politics, almost striking a self-goal on part of Rahul Gandhi. The former Congress president had accused the BJP and Prime Minister Modi of fixing the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. He went on to say that if the BJP wins these elections, then the constitution will change. The whole country will be on fire. Mark my words. Those were the words of Rahul Gandhi. Rahul's direct targeting of Mr. Modi only plays into the BJP's plan and undercuts the Congress's electoral strategy. It raises a question. Does the India bloc have any alternative narrative to set? With barely 2 weeks left before the first vote is cast in the 18th Lok Sabha elections, is the Congress wrong in complaining about the absence of level playing field and generating fear on the fairness of elections? I'll be taking those questions on the panelists who will be joining me in just a bit. But first up, let's listen in to what Rahul Gandhi said on Sunday and what the Prime Minister said today.
मैच फिक्सिंग का चुनाव बीजेपी जीते और उसके बाद संविधान को उन्होंने बदला तो इस पूरे देश में आग लगने जा रही है। जो मैंने कहा याद रखो, ये देश नहीं बचेगा।
बीते वर्षों में यहां से पलायन रुका है। वो दिन दूर नहीं जब रोजगार के लिए शहर गए साथी वापस लौटेंगे। भाई और बहनों, मोदी के इन प्रयासों के बीच कांग्रेस और इंडी गठबंधन ने अपने इरादे दिखा दिए हैं। कांग्रेस के शाही परिवार के शहजादे ने ऐलान किया है कि अगर देश ने तीसरी बार बीजेपी सरकार को चुनी, आग लग जाएगी। 60 साल तक देश पर राज करने वाले 10 साल सत्ता से बाहर क्या रह गए? अब देश में आग लगाने की बात कर रहे हैं। क्या ये आग लगाने की बात आपको मंजूर है? क्या इस देश को आग लगाने देंगे? क्या आग लगाने की ये भाषा उचित है? क्या ये आग लगाने वाली भाषा लोकतंत्र की भाषा है? ऐसे लोगों को सजा करोगे? पक्की सजा करोगे? चुन चुन करके साफ कर दो। इस बार इनको मैदान में मत रहने दो भाइयों।
Dr. Joy Kumar, National Spokesperson of the Congress, is joining us. We have Nalin Kohli, National Spokesperson of the BJP, and Neerja Chaudhary, Senior Journalist. Joy, on one hand, Rahul Gandhi talks about Mohabbat ki dukaan and then sounds rhetorical about aag lag jayegi. Do you think he could have, worded his concerns little differently?
No, I think you could have made a better show and not cut paste and put videos which was convenient to you. What did he say? He said that you frozen the Congress account, you don't show that. He said they will change the constitution, you don't show that. Then you have the temerity, Maria, to cut paste and put on a show. And then show
what
that...
What exactly has been cut pasted, Ajoy?
So let me come.
Those were the words of Rahul Gandhi. We are just talking about the words of Rahul Gandhi.
One sec. You called on a show.
Yes, please, go ahead.
You have the courage to listen. I listened to your whole spiel just now. Edited. First question. He said if you change the constitution. So let me ask you, that Lok Tantra rally spoke on ED. They spoke on how a guy became an approver and gave donation. No discussion on your shows. No discussion on remdesivir black marketers. I've never seen you speak on it. No discussion on false spurious medicines. No discussion. No discussion on the bridge which collapsed. And you have the temerity to tell that this is the situation. My only question is, what is level income tax rate? Freezing accounts? Do you think, and none of you will have the courage to show it, and then you
can ask those questions to your BJP, counterpart rather than raising it to the anchor.
No,
it will be better if you direct those questions to Nalin.
No, one sec, let me complete. Look, Maria, I came with great reluctance to the show.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
But the simple reason is I've been following, I've seen none of the, tell me something. Look at the election commission, selection of election commissions. No show. No show on the bridges which have collapsed because of ED. No show. Then you cut and paste that program in Ram Lila Maidan. What did it say? Level playing field means you freeze the account of all the opposition parties. You put them behind bars. By the way, Ashok Chavan, Naveen Jindal, who they said Javadkar ji must be. I'm trying to locate Mr. Javadkar 2014 video. I'm trying to locate BJP leaders talked on Ashok Chavan. Ajit Pawar, my friend Nalin Kohli on so many shows. So no show. And suddenly the Prime Minister said, chun ke. Rahul Gandhi said, Mr. Anant Hegde said he will change the constitution. If the constitution of this country changes, won't people of these various parts of the people be agitated? But my jibe is, I have no issues with Nalin. I have issues with your editorial content. The way this newspaper, and we are forced to come to your show because it's such a it's a sham.
Okay.
Why do we come? Because
Neerja, I think you can respond to Ajoy rather than Nalin responding to it because he has come out all guns blazing against
I'd like
us
to.
only.
I'd love to.
No, one moment.
No, I've heard it and I think I'm
moment.
going to make
Neerja.
a stout defense for NDTV.
No. Let Neerja speak first. Yes.
It's your channel. Adani channel.
Neerja.
Look, Rahul Gandhi was a very good speech otherwise, apart from this bit.
Yes.
When he talked about match fixing in the context of it not being a level playing field, the elections, their fears on that, and freezing of the accounts, opposition leaders being jailed in the middle of elections, and so on. He talked a whole host of things. So far, so good. The moment he said, कि आग लग जाएगी अगर ये पावर में आते हैं और कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बदलते हैं तो देश में आग लग जाएगी. I thought to myself, well, he's given another handle to the other side because this is now election season. The other side is not going to let go of any opportunity to get back at you. And that's what the BJP has done within hours. And the Prime Minister gave it back today. I mean, the Prime Minister's language, he's used in election campaigning very strong words often. But today was, chun chun ke saaf kar do, maidan mein nahi rehne do. Those are very strong words the Prime Minister has used. So we can, Rahul's words about aag lag jayegi, avoidable. Bhasha ka sanyam, measured, this is called for. But you and I were discussing only hours earlier. We see this more and more of people using language that you feel uncomfortable about, unhappy about, and wish that they stuck to sharper ways of attacking each other, but more decent ways.
Yes, Neerja, because from the same platform we heard Tejasvi Yadav's speech. It was sharp. It was about the politics and policy of the government. Without sounding alarmist, and the choice of words was very, very different. It was about the policy. Direct, sharp attack. In comparison to this speech, while I agree that there were a lot of points that were raised by Rahul Gandhi, but you certainly did not expect Mr. Prime Minister or his political opponents to talk about other issues, but rather latch on to that one phrase of aag lag jayegi, right? So the point here is, that could it have been worded differently is the point that I asked Ajoy. Instead, he came out all guns blazing against me.
Of
Nirja,
course,
yes.
absolutely, it could have been worded differently, more measured. There were tens of ways of expressing that sentiment, rather than using कि देश में आग लग जाएगी in the context of if the BJP comes back to power and assuming that it's going to change the constitution.
Okay.
You cannot say that.
Nalin, the point that has been made by Rahul Gandhi and other leaders on that platform was also about absence of level playing field and how there is this larger sentiment which the opposition leaders feel of, misuse of agencies, be it the income tax or the CBI or the enforcement directorate. Because most of these cases which have been registered in recent times are against your political opponents. One may say that is not really a wrong charge to level.
This may take a few minutes, Maria. So I think we should pause a minute and first start with Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Now, at least whatever I have seen of him, he might be the most decent man on earth. We are not here on a character certification code situation, but as a political leader, let's analyze his speech and his content. So Mr. Rahul Gandhi either has a very bad set of script writers and he does not apply his mind to what script is put before him, or he himself comes up with these gems, and I use the word gems, that can make or break an election against him. So let's now look back. Bhatta Parsol. There was this issue at Bhatta Parsol. Mr. Rahul Gandhi sat behind Mr. Digvijay Singh on a motorcycle, went early morning at 4 o'clock, was taken as to be a huge political exercise. Then he came back and said, Haddiyon ki dher hai. And everybody went looking, where are those bodies and where are the bones? Now this is Mr. Rahul Gandhi for you. He goes abroad and he says, what is America and England going to do about democracy in danger? After he is elected and after his government won an election in Himachal. So then, when there's a furor, then there's a whole mechanism to go out there and say, no, he didn't say it like this, the channel is bad, this is wrong. Then he comes up with a little advanced and a better statement thereafter, which is projected to be the real statement. So I think the problem with Mr. Rahul Gandhi, then, and this is the Congress party, Neech, Chai Wala, Chokidar Chor hai. All of it has given BJP enough reason to go out ahead and make an attack on him. So this is Rahul Gandhi's speech, either written by someone or his own speech, which brings about the situation. Now he's the one who goes ahead and said, ye sare Modi jo hai chor kyun hai? He was advised by the Supreme Court, be more temperate with your words. So Mr. Rahul Gandhi has an issue with the choice of words. Period. That's reality. Now what level playing field are we to bring? Ask Prime Minister Modi to start speaking like Rahul Gandhi? Rahul Gandhi ji has to improve his speeches. He has to improve how he delivers his point. You can't expect Prime Minister Modi to now give him a level playing field and say, I will speak like Rahul Gandhi or anybody else, in fact. So
I think all other opposition leaders.
And there is this whole mechanism. One second. There's this whole huge thing about the Congress party. So when they find their leader doesn't deliver it, you'll attack the media, you'll attack the BJP, you'll attack someone else. So that's the answer on level playing field. Let's come to the ED now. 3,000 raids by the ED from 2014 to 2024. What does Mr. Rahul Gandhi say? Note chapne ki machine kar diya aapne. Now you go ahead and you immediately have you do a raid and you collect election balls. You do a raid, you collect election balls. Let's look at the data. Out of 3,000 raids in 10 years, 26, that's 2.6% are against companies who have donated in election bonds. 16, you can raise a case to say that somewhere close to the raid, they may have donated election bonds to X or Y. 27% of this goes to the BJP. 73% goes to the other political parties. You abuse the ED. Let's take the ED again. 351 crores cash in a Congress MP's house. 20 crores in another Trinamool Congress fellow's house. 17 crores in another Trinamool Congress person's house. They are finding cash with the opposition. So therefore, the ED is bad for what? Doing its job and catching people who are being found with a large number of cash.
But the larger question is still not answered about BJP giving place to a number of leaders who were seen to have cases against them, starting with Ashok Chavan and many others. But yes,
that I
let
can
me go
answer.
back to Dr. Ajoy Kumar and ask him that specific question about, did the entire rally, which was about your concerns related to elections, because there is also a Supreme Court petition which has come up with regards to the free and fair poll, all that, could it have been, a good public display of your concerns got hijacked with one sentence which sounded alarmist?
No, it got hijacked by the media picking up a sentence. See, Maria, I keep saying it. Tejasvi's speech was good. Did you show it? So let's leave that aside. None of you showed it. None of you showed it live. So I am intrigued with the straight face in which the media calls us on a channel. You cut the Prime Minister that is showed live. You didn't show the shows live, and then you have the audacity to tell me which is fine.
We did have the rally covered.
No, it's not a question.
I'm not really the subject of discussion here, Ajoy. It's about the BJP. Let's talk about them.
You don't interrupt Nalin Kohli. You want me to walk out?
Please go ahead.
No, because it's your show. You don't interrupt him. Why do you interrupt me? So level playing field starts from here. So let me complete. What Nalin is saying is absolutely facetious and full of half-truths. The ED raids with the company raid immediately coming is adequate data to show 27%, 3,000 raids and all. Electoral bonds, by sab, ED ka raid hua, electoral bond kharid liya, it is adequate 400 crores. 3 lakh crores of contracts were given to companies which bought electoral bonds and gave it to BJP. 3 lakh crores. The big tunnel which collapsed in Uttarakhand, sir, Navyug engineering, electoral bond. Remdesivir black marketing, Modi ji's electoral bond. Black spurious drugs, Denmark, electoral bond. So my question is, you might no channel is covering the amount of corruption through the ED, raiding and getting. Aurobindo Pharma's MD says gives no statements against the Aam Aadmi Party, becomes an approval, 50 crore of electoral bonds, gets bail. I mean, I'm amazed that यार कुछ ही नहीं हुआ. डकैती भी करोगे लेकिन बोले कि डकैती हुई नहीं है, थाने का तो रजिस्ट्री नहीं कर रहा है केस. My issue is very simple. If Maria, all TV channels, nobody cut live the opposition rally. You said Tejasvi spoke well, so put a hand on your heart and say, did you cover it? Did you cover the good parts? No. What we do is we pick up one part of the speech, we forget every other part. And if you tell me on this channel that you think that the ED is not or ED and IT are not the frontal organizations of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and the electoral bond is the biggest scam which any self-respecting channel before 2014 would have taken them to the polls. But today, no channel is covering. And India doesn't know. Otherwise, public chun ke Bhajpa ko bagati. अगर भाजपा के सच्चे कारनामों को टीवी चैनल
May I respond?
Okay, since go ahead. Ajoy, is it okay? Can I ask Nalin to respond to the point that you made?
Let's go beyond, the self-righteous angst.
Yes.
Honestly, let's go beyond this self-righteous angst and this whole thing. Maria, for the long period we've been in TV, and I think I've been an anchor too, and Neerja ji and all of us know, when political parties were given time also on Doordarshan and All India Radio, it was proportional to the number of seats you had and your political power. We are talking of a party which is national in its head, but is regional in terms of its numbers. And let's get that bluntly across. The people of India have rejected the Congress. They are down to about some 40 seats. The BJP is 300 seats. It's 7.5 times larger than you. They will get time. And I've grown up listening about Chacha Nehru, and I've grown up about Indira ji, Rahul ji, Rajiv ji, everybody. Every G in the Gandhi family, we've grown up. The Prime Minister of India will get coverage, whoever the Prime Minister of India is, and deserves to get it. From Pandit Nehru's time right up to Prime Minister Modi. That's why Prime Minister Modi made a Sangralaya for all Prime Ministers. He didn't make it for one Prime Minister. We grew up with everything being on a Nehru Gandhi person's family. Tell me how many things are named after Narendra Modi ji. He says, I'm here and I'm performing, this is my record. Have a script that people want to listen to. 2019 election, Rafael, sabse bada scam. Rafael, sabse bada scam. The Supreme Court threw it in a dustbin. The problem is the Congress party needs to manufacture everything around the leader that they have selected. If they had done it on a talent base instead of a family base, perhaps we wouldn't be having this debate.
Okay, let's start wrapping up this conversation, and I'm going to begin with you, Dr. Joy Kumar, quickly.
So the question is, this is a party which had 2 seats, okay? And they have the arrogance to say, you will also eat dust. Like every party goes up and down. Look at the arrogance. Did we say that you had 2 seats? You had 2 seats. Nobody told for 60 years you had 2 seats, 10 seats, 30 seats. Did we go about talking like you all with the arrogance? And that is why I'm quite happy, Mr. Kohli, that I would live to see the day when we wipe off, because for a simple reason. Ahankar. And second issue. No, I didn't interrupt you, Nalin, so let me complete. Praful Patel, wah, CBI case khatam. You went.
I haven't spoken. I haven't spoken, Ajoy. What are you saying? I interrupted you. I put my finger up. How can putting my finger up be an interruption? I mean, don't be so paranoid just because you have to save your leader.
What paranoid? मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना, relax. What about Praful Patel? You did a show on Praful Patel. CBI khatam. Washing machine, Nirma Modi. Wow, good show. So my question is, the most corrupt party India has ever seen is the Bharatiya Janata Party. You made legal black money into white. You over the dead bodies of Indians, remdesivir blackmailers, people who collapse bridges. But the press, but the mainstream media is not covering those corruption. And you think Mr. Modi is a great guy. And by the way, he named a stadium was named Narendra Modi Stadium when he was alive. I don't know if there's any prime minister who's named anything after them when they were alive.
Okay.
I just need to correct my GK. Just let me know if I'm wrong. I'll be happy to be corrected.
Okay. Nalin, quickly, and then I'll give the last word
no
to
more. Just one sentence. No, of course. One sentence, no more. We were ridiculed through the entire period of 84 to 89 for having 2 seats. So don't give this higher than thou attitude to us. Ridiculed, run down, all of it.
Okay.
And our Prime Minister has been run down and ridiculed by your party consistently till today.
Okay. Nija, we were debating about the language, and we are perhaps caught in the middle of that language debate here. As a political journalist who has covered multiple elections and multiple, politics over decades, how are you looking at this back and forth which is happening between Prime Minister and Rahul Gandhi? Could he have been more mindful? And, what he said was also about the larger issue, which is about the level playing field.
Yeah, the larger issue was the level playing field, the more potent issue.
Yes.
But he took away from it with these words, and those words about Aag Lag Jayegi were avoidable. It's given a handle to the BJP to attack the opposition, attack Rahul Gandhi, which the Prime Minister has done today. And also, even more important, equally important, it was, at Ram Lila grounds, it was the entire India alliance in their full force with senior people there. And it has now become a Rahul versus Narendra Modi show again. It's taken away from that force and the push, of India versus the NDA, where it has a better chance that it becoming a Rahul versus Modi show, which it seems to be becoming, and it suits the BJP.
So that presidential narrative that we keep on asking, Modi versus who, it has been perhaps set with that one sentence which was said by Rahul Gandhi. Thank you so much for joining us, Nija Chaudhary, Dr. Joy Kumar and Nalin Kohli. That's all from me. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Thanks so much.